What's good, Gemini? Welcome back to Divinity Gems. This is your weekly for July 23rd through the 29th. Also have a full moon lunar eclipse coming. Call it the blood moon. Let's see how this energy is going to go down with the Geminis. Using a new deck as well, I have a Crystal Visions Tarot deck. It's by Jennifer Aliso. Very pretty, enchanted type of feel to it. Fall in love with these cards. And then I also have an Oracle Black Moon Astrology card that I'm going to pull at the end just to get a little deeper message on this overall energy that's coming. Like that. You know, we love to communicate. We love to talk. So Mercury retrograde, I feel a little off now. Lose things. I've already left my phone. When I picked these cards up, I left my phone. Watch your stuff this week, Geminis. Watch your stuff. Be cautious about where you leave your stuff and where you sit it during these retrogrades. We got 3 weeks of this, y'all. So just ride this energy. It's always bringing up stuff from the past. We'll see how it plays out for this 3-week period. But to have it, Mercury is spinning backwards. Mars is still spinning backwards. And it will not come out until after Mercury does. Mercury comes back direct on the 18th. And then Mars, I think, later on that week finally comes back. So we got our planet of action, our planet of communication. Check with your astrologist because that's a lot of energy as well. But I'm going to give you the rundown of your weekly energy for my Geminis. Let's give it one more shuffle. And we'll pull our 9-card spread. See what's happening. This card deck does have reversals as well. So I'm going to read the reversals if we have any. I'll pull some clarifiers as well. And then we'll pull our Black Moon Astrology card. Okay, first card out is the King of Pentacles. That's the Knight of Pentacles, I'm sorry. So the Knight of Pentacles is very different from the King. So he is in pursuit of bringing somebody something. He's on his way to somebody, on his way. He's got a sad look on his face. Like he's not happy about where he's going for some reason. He's got a sad look on his face. So let's see how this is playing out. Maybe he's unsure of the road he's taking. But the Knight of Pentacles usually is the gift bringer. He usually brings or goes towards his goal or his endeavor or his love, quite possibly. His love. 2 of Swords is out in reverse. So upright, she is blind, and there's ravens all around her, which is guiding her. And she has her 2 swords up, which is her communication, how she feels internally. And to me, it's she's in a peaceful state, though it doesn't look like she is. She's in a peaceful state, but she's blindfolded. So quite possibly, in reverse, you can see this situation that you were feeling comfortable with it. You were very comfortable with it, but you can see it for what it is. So now I feel like in reverse, she can see it for what it is, and whether or not you remain in a peaceful state after you see is upon you, Gemini. But you see it for what it is at this point with the 2 of Swords, and to the inner peace that goes along with it. Because when your eyes are closed, that's when you really see the best, right? You're not judging by the visual. You are judging by your feelings on the inside. So this is in reverse to me because now this person sees. So you were waiting on the situation to show itself to you. And quite now, possibly you see that situation. You were feeling it before, but now it's probably been presented to you, and now you can see that situation clearly. The Magician is out. So this situation is quite possibly something that you created. It's something that you wanted to bring into your life. It's a goal, it's a dream, it's an endeavor that you bring into your life. The Magician transforms his or her life into the way that they want it. So you quite possibly made this endeavor or whatever you were on your way to here. You made this endeavor happen because I know you were on your way to this situation. So if you're on your way to this situation where you were blind, but now you see, another way around. The Magician is the transformation of that, is the creation of the whole situation unfolding to begin with. So quite possibly you had something to do with the way this came about. Five of Pentacles is out. So this is the woman lost in the woods, holding her babies, feeling a little financial strain with these pentacles back here. So quite possibly in this situation here, at some point there's a financial struggle or something that you're worried about not having, not being able to provide, not being able to maintain, and feeling just a little left out in the cold, a little alone at this point. But there are pentacles all around her, behind her, that she doesn't even see, one on the ground, that she would have to go in and purchase a hotel or go somewhere to get out of the cold with her child. So you have what you need. You have what you need. And it might not seem like it all the time, but you do have what you need. You have what you need. As Five of Pentacles is just the worry that comes up to me at those moments when we're trying to make something happen. Just those little doubtlets that we have, like we're not going to be able to do it, or I don't got enough money. You are having enough without seeing that you have enough. But you always have enough. It's going to be the right thing at the right time. And some of us just like to be more prepared. We don't like the surprise of, well, where's it going to come from, and having to wait on it coming from. We don't like to live like that. We just like to know we have it. But it's telling you you're going to have it when you need it. It's right there for you when you need it. Right at that moment when you feel like you don't. Ace of Wands is out. Goes to that point. Nothing you can accomplish with this Ace of Wands fire. This is that goal in you. It's all crystally pretty and gold. But I know that Ace of Wands energy to make you go and accomplish things. It drives you. It tells you to keep moving forward. It propels you, so to speak, into making this happen, making whatever it is, because you were creating this as the Magician. You were working this out, and you didn't quite know, to me, why she's in reverse. You didn't quite know how it was going to play out, but situation you're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing. So quite possibly you've already seen it, or it's about to come reveal itself to you. But the Magician, as the Magician, this was you. You created the situation, Gemini, and then the worry and the doubt might have kicked in, but this ace lets me know, hey, it's a go. It's a wrap. This is the one. Go after it. And the Queen of Cups is out in reverse. So she had her love, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, she was in reverse. The Queen of Cups looks down at those lotus flowers. She's just holding that one cup in her hand. Holding that one cup in her hand. So you haven't given this cup away yet. You're holding it and looking and seeing, what you want to fill this cup up. She's being very, very deciphering and what she wants to do with this cup. This is you making that choice in the upright. This is you not making a decision on where you want that cup or how you want that cup to be filled. And these are your emotions and your love as the Queen of Cups. She is very emotional and into feelings of love. So she's holding that cup. She's holding that cup for her love, but she's just looking in the water, deciphering where her love should be. Right now, reverse to me. She hasn't decided on how to fill that cup just yet. So maybe that plays out in this situation. Ten of Wands is out as well. So he's carrying way, way more than his load. And that's quite possibly how some of us are feeling, Gemini. Then you feeling like you carry way more than your load. And you work very hard and you do for others all the time. Carry others' loads as well as this Ten of Wands in this deck. He's carrying a heavy, heavy load. Look, the horse is tired. The horse is tired. He's carrying this heavy, heavy load. So, in reverse, lay down your burdens some kind of way. You lay down your burdens as the Ten of Wands, then to me, you're taking off, quite possibly, or wanting to take off some of these burdens off of your shoulders. So yeah, maybe in this situation, as it's playing out, you are creating the way to lay down some of these burdens. How are you going to lay down some of these burdens? So this Magician situation that you're trying to create, however you are trying to create it, it is to make things easier for yourself. It is to lighten your load. So yeah, quite possibly as well. Again, she's in the reverse. You couldn't see how to lighten your load. And this situation will bring you some clarity as far as how to lighten this load that you're carrying. Carrying other people's burdens and problems, sometimes you got to take a step back as a strong person and say, hey, I can handle only so much. I have to take some of those burdens off of myself, and quite possibly share the task of carrying other people's burdens and spread it out a little bit more, because yeah, me and my horse tired is not going to get us nowhere. So I got to put some of this stuff down. Some of these burdens have to go. Three of Pentacles is in reverse. This, to me, when I see this card, I look at the situation. She's over there trying to build up her pentacles, and he is her foundation back there, and she's not looking at him. He's the foundation. She's not looking at him. The bird is in the middle trying to get the two of them to look at each other, trying to get them to see. This is, the harmony here should be existing between the two of them, but it's not as of yet. She's building her pentacles on her own. But again, there is a very sad look to them. So I just see a situation here. I see a situation where somebody was supposed to be there for somebody. That's how I look at this card and the depiction. Just, not the traditional meaning, but the vision of the card itself. There was a foundation built with him, but she's turned her back to the foundation built, and she's building her pentacles up over there on her own. So something could have happened in this type of situation, whatever that's making you, as the magician, create this situation for yourself, where you're going towards something else, because this foundation was burdensome. It was some type of burden to the foundation. It was some type of letdown, because he is looking very sad and she is looking very sad. So while she's building her pentacles up over there, it wasn't a great he's still there, but she's not even looking at him, and he's looking very sad, like he's a little guilty about something. So wherever the foundation was, quite possibly there was a situation where there was a letdown. There was a disappointment. When I look at this card, there was definitely disappointment that made that lady pick her pentacles up and say, you know what, I'm going to build my pentacles over here, my wealth and my money over here. I'm going to leave this foundation behind, because yeah, there's something very guilty looking about this guy. There's something like that he did to her. When I'm looking at the way this plays out to me and just getting the overall feel of the reading, there's something that he did that made her leave. So if this plays out as you, the other person, there's something that made you leave, male or female, that made you leave a situation where your foundation was, quite possibly where you lived, where you resided, because he's on the foundation. So that's the guilty party. Whoever was the foundation is, because he's looking so guilty. That's the guilty party to be in this situation. And you are building your pentacles, taking your wealth. So maybe this person was relying too much on your pentacles. Maybe they were trying to use your money too much. So you left this situation, Gemini, to build up something else. And quite possibly that's what you're creating over here as the magician. You are on your way out. That's where he's on his way to. On his way out. To find another way, And this Ace of Wands being out again lets me know that you're going to go after it. You're going to find another way. So that's quite possibly where the worry is coming from. The worry is coming from wanting to make sure your kids are taken care of. That's why that woman is holding her kids tight. So if you had a situation where you had to leave your foundation, leave your home, a separation, a breakup of some sort, and you are trying to build your pentacles up again, this is why she's feeling like she's all alone. She doesn't have any pentacles, even though she does. And she's trying her best to take care of her children at this point, too. So all that goes into play in this situation related to me, the Queen of Cups love that is going on. So I do see this playing out the rest of the spread as a relationship that broke up in some sort of way, and the endeavor and the creation of trying to make a new way, a new path for yourself, Gemini. After that, lay down some of those burdens that were heavy to you, because it's carrying a heavy load. You're laying down some of those burdens that were very heavy to you. And this is upright. I'll make sure I kept it upright. This is the Eight of Swords upright. So you see she's got all these ravens that have her tied up with a little ribbon, seemingly tied up, and they're holding the string, and she's blindfolded, and she's got those 8 swords, but there's enough room for her to maneuver out of that if she really could see that who's holding her. Like, there's no birds and there's no string should be able to hold you inside of a trap or of any sort. So the 8 of Swords is that seemingly traumatic drama that's going on in your life, it seems like a whole lot of drama. It seems like you're tied up and you won't be free. But when you really look at this, yes, you can free yourself. You're wrapped up in something right now, quite possibly related to the situation. You're wrapped up, but you can break free from this situation. This is not a hopeless capture right here. You captured up and wrapped up in some drama right now. But if you take that blindfold off, once again, it goes back to this blindfold. Once that is revealed, once you can see, she take this blindfold off, she will see clearly that, you know what, I can pull these strings out of these birds, but it's not that hard. Like I can get out of this. I can move this sword. It has enough room for me to just walk through. Once I open my eyes and pull these strings off, because these birds, I can pull them very easily, but it takes a little effort, and sometimes it takes you to see clearly. Once you see clearly, as a Gemini, we're thinkers, we're smart thinkers, we know how to proceed with that. Bottom of the deck had the Fool card. In this deck, this enchanted looking lady is stepping out there. You know, this is the step out on faith type of card to me, this Fool type of energy. She's got butterflies all around her, and she's looking at the freedom of and the transformation of the butterfly. And she's like, I want to change as well. I want something different. I'm going to step out here on faith and be as free as these butterflies. And that's what she's doing. She's taking that step out. That's why she's looking at those butterflies. I want to be just as happy and free as they are. And it's a beautiful journey to go after what it is you want. That's why she's all pretty and enchanted looking, because she's going after something. Sometimes that's scary to us, and we feel like it's a dark dungeon down there if we step out, but she's stepping out. That's why they painted it so pretty and colorful. She's stepping out to something more beautiful. You can only leave a situation to go higher. It's not leaving a situation to go backwards, really. You're leaving a situation to go forward in your life. Stepping out there on faith. Let's get another clarifier. Strength. This is what it takes to step out there like that. You can't step out there if you're afraid. You cannot. So the strength card is out for that reason. Those eagles, that eagle is up there for your wisdom, using your intuitions and your guidance and your wisdom, everything you've known thus far in your life. All the experiences should have given you strength and wisdom and understanding to know how to maneuver through the situations as they come back again. So the strength that she has to make the change, to break out of this, feeling like you're tied up, takes strength. She's got her lion there. She's got her hand cupped under the lion's face, like, let's look forward. The sunflowers are down there. Strength as well. The strength and vitality. You have everything you need inside of you to go ahead and pull this blindfold off. Pull those wraps from around you, whatever you're tied up in. You're not tied up in permanently. You can get out and maneuver out of this situation very easily by seeing clearly. This Ace of Wands lets me know it's going to be a go. It's going to be a go. And lay down some of those burdens, Gemini. You can't carry everybody's problems. You can't be everybody's savior. Though we have the purest hearts and want to be fixing people our whole life, you cannot be the savior all the time. King of Wands is out. So this is the king of action. He takes action. But again, on this card, the King of Wands looks sad to me. He looks very sad in this deck. He's got the lion there, and the lion's got a big smile on his face, but the lion is holding the vision down there. He's holding the crystal ball of vision down there. And the King of Wands is kind of looking over his shoulder, trying to see the vision as well. But he's not smiling and looking, directly at the front of the card. He's looking down a little bit, a little saddened by the action he has to take. So I'm going to take that as it's not a good feeling, whatever happened here. It's not a good feeling why he's looking so sad as well. And he's looking like the King of Wands, the same guy. He's looking like the King of Wands here. He's about to take action, and he always takes action. He never delays. He's very powerful with the dragon around his neck. He's very powerful. So he runs off action and power. He just runs off of it. But there's something he's saddened about by this action. He just doesn't want to be a bad guy. He doesn't want to be the bad guy. The king, as you lead with the king and you have to take certain actions, they don't always feel good. That's the feeling I get off of this card right now. It's the action that you have to take to lay down some of these burdens, but it doesn't necessarily feel good for you, Gemini, which is, honorable. You're a person of integrity and want to genuinely be there for others. then yeah, that doesn't feel good. So embodying also came out this high priestess energy, which is just using your own powers. The powers that you have as the magician, the same thing. Those powers of creativity that we have, I feel like these two are the same. They create in different ways. So he's creating, but his looks darker. Hers looks more mystical, and she has the on her staff. It's the life force, and she got the crystal ball vision. So she runs off of life force and vision, psychic abilities, stuff like that. She runs off of her own intuition. The magician does as well, but he's got some forces behind him as well. She's got butterflies. He's got those ravens, which are a more powerful spiritual force behind him. And then the dove at the bottom. So these two being together let me know to create a better situation for yourself after you dealt with whatever this situation was about that you had to separate from, and go ahead and build your own pinnacles. Whatever you feeling wrapped and tied up in, Gemini, at this time, you are going towards. That's why you led with the Knight of Pentacles. You are going towards a new beginning, a new foundation, where you are laying down your burdens and taking actions, but they might not feel good right now. They're not going to feel good right now. But you have the goal. You have the goal with the Ace of Wands. So don't get discouraged. Know that you are protected and your pentacles are going to be all right. Your money's going to be all right. We like our coins. We want our coins to be solidly built. And yeah, this is you. I have no doubt. This is you building up those coins again. Building up those coins again, despite the fact that that foundation, you weren't happy with the foundation. Get one more clarified for Gemini, and then we will pull out the Oracle card. So this is the Four of Wands. This is you. What I feel like that Knight of Pentacles was on his way to. He's on his way to a new foundation, a new endeavor. This is reaching a milestone somewhat as the Four of Wands in their relationship. So out with the old and in with the new is what it's looking like to me, Gemini. Whatever this foundation was that you turned your back on to build your pinnacles and restart, and you quite possibly took your children and are doing this on your own, new love is going to come to you. It's going to come to you. Riding on that horse. He's riding on the horse. She's riding on her horse. That's how I look at it. And eventually their two horses might lead them to finding each other as a possible path or solution to restarting and laying down some of these burdens as well. So all it takes for you, Gemini, this week is inner strength to go after what it is that is important to you right now, to remain the King of Wands, taking action, though it might not always be an easy decision. You know what action needs to be taken, so you take that action and stepping out there as the Fool card. Not being afraid to step out there to the new unknown adventure, because it's a beautiful place, it looks like, on the other side. Doesn't look like she's stepping out there to go into any dark dungeon of danger. So you can be content with that, I guess, knowing that that's that type of energy. Just stepping out there, it makes it a little less scary. All right, Black Moon Astrology card, Gemini. This deck is beautiful as well. It's helping me a lot with my zodiacs. As I'm learning, still putting up content, y'all, on the webpage, so everybody can just get to know their overall energy for their sign. But this is by Susan Shepard. We're going to pull an astrology card, especially with that moon coming up, you guys. It's full moon, lunar eclipse. Find out where it is in your chart. Find out what energy comes with it, so you can be prepared. Just prepared for an ending of some sort, because I see all full moons as endings. Endings come for a new beginning. So you have an ending coming for a new beginning. Ooh, fifth house, creativity. That's why that magician card was out there. Creativity. Let's read that, Gemini. Yeah, look at these pictures. I haven't even had the chance to really look at each one of these. And I just let what comes out, come out, and I'm learning them as I'm. But I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory, but then some of these pictures are very intricate. So it just looks like to me a fair of some sort, or a movie at the bottom. It's so glossy. And then those two faces up there, like art, theater, creativity. To me, that goes together. Let's see how it reads. Oh, nah. Alrighty. So be happy, give yourself the gift of happiness. There's a quote above on every one of these. It says, every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up. Pablo Picasso. So let's get just a brief fifth house card in brief. Pleasure, laughter, parties, getting a rush, attraction, the early stages of romance, or the joyous element found in healthy romance. Flings, lovemaking, weddings, marriage, children, childlike delights of the soul, being proud of offspring or students, pride, acting in a dignified or noble way, being pure of heart, art, and the creative impulse, creating for dramatic or public purpose, the public, appearing in front of an audience, the stage, applause, stage plays at schools, making movies and videos, B movies, the entertainment business, graphic novels, games and puzzles, expressing your creativity in unique and inventive ways with a view to presenting your work in a public form. So this is related to like that Six of Cups where you just leave everything behind and follow after your creative inspiration, dream, or goal. So I heard our reading, Gemini, all through that, the things that go on, what we are trying to bring in, what we are desiring to bring in. That Magician card, that High Priestess card was out. That is the creativity. Those are the juices that we create off of. The Fool card energy, just stepping out there and throwing caution to the wind and going after whatever that is that makes you feel alive. What else was in there? Early stages of romance. I saw that in there as well. Early stages of romance. Because of the foundation breaking, because of that other card that we had. I have to go back through some of these. Definitely the creativity was the Magician card and the High Priestess card. Early stages of love, that Queen of Cups was in reverse, so she was looking, trying to see if that's what she wanted to do. Early stages of love also, to me, are represented in this card and that blindfold coming off, and you just saw somebody new that is coming towards you. So these are the early stages of love. This is when you reach milestones as you proceed through a new relationship, and he's on his way to a new love. This is the early stages of love. So that's quite possibly what we're stepping out towards, these early new stages of love. We are creating a new environment. That is the creativity, the romance, the flames. It says a healthy romance, the frank love making. Children, delights. We saw that on this one, the child card with the worry that came back out. The children, that was in there. Children, childlike delights of the soul, being proud of your offspring or your students. So something in there affecting our children is there as well. All this is playing out planetary energetically through us, Gemini, right now. That is the energy that we are embodying. So quite possibly going to see your kids in a school play or some sort of thing like that. These are going to play out differently for all of us, Gemini, in different ways. But just embodying this overall energy this week, I'm seeing this come to fruition for us. So don't be afraid. Step out there. That Fool card looks a little inviting. Step out there and see what it is that's enchanting you, Gemini, this week, what you are trying to go towards. Take those actions that you need to take, even if they feel a little wrong at the time. He never acts with bad heart. That's why he feels bad about having to do certain things. He's a man of honor and integrity. He still wants to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody during his actions. So riding off as the Knight of Pentacles, off to quite possibly new love. There's lots of promising things in here. Situations that we feel like we were wrapped up in, we're not quite so hard to get out of. We're going to find our way out of. And just laying down some of those burdens, Gemini, taking on everybody's load. Sometimes we got to get up and make sure we take care of our own load. So this is about taking those actions that make us feel good, going after them. The Ace of Wands said, go, go, go. It's a go. It's a good action. Go ahead and proceed through it with strength. It's going to take this week. So we're going to be tested at some times where we need to use our strength this week. And then, that creativity card coming out, just wrapped it and tied it all up together. We are creating a new way for ourselves. Something that we didn't like in our lives is ending. I do feel with this full moon energy, it is ending so that we can bring in this new beginning, this new start, quite possibly this new love that's supposed to help us